Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for tuning back in. I really do appreciate it. In this video, I wanted to talk about the possibility of the Arizona Cardinals getting probably one of the best running backs that's going to be available in this free agency class. There's a lot of rumors going around that the Arizona Cardinals have some big interest in former Green Bay running back Aaron Jones. Guys, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Roll that intro. Welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, I want to talk a little bit about Aaron Jones and the possibility of him coming to the Arizona Cardinals because the rumors are starting to whirl around. We're probably about a month away from free agency, so a lot of exciting news. First things first, I want to go ahead and say, if you're new, please consider subscribing to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Just because the season's over does not mean that we stop putting content on this YouTube channel. One other thing I want to mention before we start talking about Aaron Jones is that there was a tweet that recently came out from Chase Edmonds, our current running back. This is exactly what he said. This free agency is going to be wild. There's going to be a lot of really good players taking one-year rentals because of the salary cap. Super hyped up. So honestly, it seems like he either knows something or he's just excited overall because in actuality, because of the salary cap, most teams don't really have a lot of money to play those big, high-caliber players. So you probably will start seeing big-name players being released from teams. It's abnormal, it's crazy, but we've seen crazier things happen within the NFL. And I think Chase Edmonds, like a lot of fans, pretty much kinds of thinks the same here. So we'll see exactly what happens this coming free agency. I'm super excited to see who the Arizona Cardinals pick up, if we're going to get another big trade or whatever's going to happen. I'm just extremely stoked. And if you want to make sure that you kept up to date, make sure you smash that subscribe button and put that post notification bell on as well, just so you're aware of when we drop the next video. All right, but let's dive right into the topic of choice and why everybody is here. Rumors came around and they're starting to swirl on Twitter, on Instagram, all that different stuff, which happens a lot during this time of year, stating that the Arizona Cardinals have real strong interest in possibly signing Aaron Jones, former running back that's most likely set to hit the free agent market because I don't think the Green Bay Packers are going to re-sign Aaron Jones. Now, this is kind of a big thing to me specifically. When you put it that broad, like the Arizona Cardinals are really starting to consider to sign him, we can consider signing anybody. Like, I don't really think that they're a player specifically that we're looking into getting. And I know there was a big rumor about Juju Smith-Schuster as well. I think that rumor holds as much weight as this whole Aaron Jones rumor as well, personally. I don't really want to get too excited about it until it actually happens. Now, do I want Aaron Jones? Yeah, absolutely. Back in 2019, he had an amazing season with the Green Bay Packers. Now, a lot of people were debating, is he going to have the same type of season come 2020? Now, he didn't have as much like a spectacular season like he had in the 2019 season in terms of fantasy and also just overall production on the field, but he had a very good season with the Green Bay Packers. If you take a look at his stats, he still had 201 attempts, over 1,100 rushing yards, and 9 touchdowns. Now, I understand back in 2019, he had like 25 plus touchdowns. He was a fantasy football gem that people ended up getting. So kudos for that in his 2019 season. Obviously, he started retracting. He started less production in the 2020 season, but I don't really quite blame Aaron Jones at all. But I really do think that he's a dynamite running back. And can we benefit from having him in the backfield with Kyler Murray? Absolutely. Now, if you're going to sit there and ask me, do I want Aaron Jones or would I like the Arizona Cardinals to sign Aaron Jones? I would absolutely say yes. Definitely. Any playmaker that we can put back there with Kyler Murray would just be that much better. Giving him more weapons. He can catch out of the backfield. He can run out of the backfield. Some might say a 3-down back as well with Aaron Jones. But if you look at his measurements, he's pretty similar to Chase Edmonds. Now, I believe he's actually heavier than Chase Edmonds is. But in terms of height goes, they're both 5'9", 5'10", around that frame. And I know a lot of fans want to get a big bruising back, like maybe like a Leonard Fournette, or maybe see who else is going to be out there, maybe Mike Davis from the Carolina Panthers. There's a lot of options out there in terms of running backs for the Arizona Cardinals, but obviously Aaron Jones came up. The speculation started to swirl around, and I wouldn't be mad at the Arizona Cardinals for doing something like this. But keep in mind, if they do get a Aaron Jones in this free agency, Aaron Jones is going to want a big chunk of money. And that's what I'm concerned with more than anything, because he is a running back. And because we did sign a David Johnson to a multi-year deal, which ended up biting us in the butt. And fortunately, we ended up trading him along with his contract for D-Hop. That worked out perfectly for us. But if we did do another contract for Aaron Jones and he doesn't end up working with the scheme, with maybe injuries start to happen, then we really start to have to look back and say, wow, what a big mistake that we did. Again, signing another running back to a multi-year deal, and now we're in this situation right now. Now, if I were the GM, if I were, in this office right now with the Arizona Cardinals, I would love to get Aaron Jones, absolutely. But I would give him a 2-year deal and probably $9 to $10 million per year. But a 2-year deal is where I would cap it at. And maybe put it in somewhere in the contract saying something along the lines as if there was no production in the first year due to injury or whatever, we have an out. Because I've seen it multiple times where players come out with multiple years, and then when they sign either with the Arizona Cardinals or with another team, they just don't produce very well at all. They want to get that money. That's their ultimate goal, which I get it. I'm not going to stand in the way of anybody getting their payday, but if I'm looking at it in a business point and the production for an Arizona Cardinal fan and wanting us to do better than we did in the 2020 season, we're going to need every single free agent signing to hit. I understand it sounds like, oh man, you're asking for too much. But if you really take a look at our past free agency signings, none of them were really that great. They've been injured. They weren't productive on the field at all. And it's been an absolute mess. So this 2021 offseason is absolutely imperative that we need to make sure that our draft picks hit at least, because we have 5 draft picks, at least 3 out of the 5 draft picks, please hit. Can we get some starters in our defense, please? And in terms of free agency, really depends if we want to, move on from Alford or maybe Kennard. Then we can open up some more cap space and start signing some more key players to help out our defense and our offense and just our team in general, guys. But let me know what you guys think about the whole Aaron Jones speculation. Can he come to the Arizona Cardinals? Do you want him to come to the Arizona Cardinals, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. That's all I got for this episode. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'm out. Thank you.